We have a major update regarding the Thunder's potential 2025 first-round draft picks, as Joel Embiid is now out for the rest of the regular season for the Philadelphia 76ers. Does this open up a pathway to go get Cooper Flagg? Does it open up a pathway to go get another lottery projected pick? What do the Sixers and Thunder need to do to get this pick over to OKC or for it to stay in Philadelphia? What even happens, all right, if they stay at where they're at and projected to go 6 overall? We're going to break all that down here today on Thunder Digest. Before we get into all that, though, want to apologize for no videos lately. I have been very, very sick. I don't know if you can tell by my voice a little bit, by my face. I am still recovering. Hopefully another day or two, I'll be good to go. I don't know what it is, if it was cold, allergies. Just going to hear me cough a little bit every now and then in this video as well, as I'm still recovering here, but I still need to get out some content for you guys. So if you guys, are happy that I'm back now and you want to support the channel, and, sorry, like I said, once again, I'm going to take a few minutes there, a few moments every now and then in the video to kind of cough or do something. But if you guys are happy that we're back doing videos, you want to support the channel, best way to do so is just by hitting that subscribe button. With that out of the way, let's go ahead, get into talking about it. And like I mentioned, all right, Joel Embiid was reported that he has been ruled out for the season by Shams. It's kind of big, all right? That is big news for the Thunder. As if he was going to play the rest of the season, it would have for sure seemed like the Thunder would have got that Sixers pick, as it would have fell around 9 or 10 potentially. Still a good chance it can end up with the Thunder, as it is a top 6 protected overall pick. But it is very unlikely now, as Clemente Almanza reported. He said pretty brutal news about Embiid being ruled out for the rest of the season. Sixers will now likely pivot to tank. Could risk the Thunder not getting their top 6 protected 2025 first round pick. So, like I said right there, all right? It could happen where the Thunder get that pick. Could happen where they don't, okay? Just a whole lot of possibilities for the scenario to play out. However, I am hopeful because of one thing a different player said, and that's Paul George. If you guys don't know, it's kind of the reason NBA Centel got banned for a little bit there as well, as he reported that the podcast, Paul George podcast, whatever it was, Podcast P, was going to be taking a break right here. This was reported by the Dunk Central. Dunk Centel, you reported this, and everyone was like, whoa, you're done now. But breaking, Paul George is taking a break from podcasting to focus on a championship. I want to let the Podcast P family know that after today's episode with Dwight, I plan to take a break from the pod, just focus on getting my body right, getting mentally right, and, help the squad and make a push towards our goal to finish the season out, give ourselves a chance to be in contention to compete for a championship. So it sounds like he still wants to make the playoffs, make a little run as well. How likely is it that they're going to make the playoffs? I don't think they do. They might not even make the play-in. All right? I do see them finishing anywhere from like around 8th worst, record in the NBA, which would be great for Oklahoma City. But right now, they sit at 6. So there's a lot of possibilities that could happen. Luckily, I did 3 that we can break down right here. Thanks to Tankathon, I simulated the lottery here to see what could potentially happen. Now, this is all just based on, just analytics and luck. That's all it is, okay? I just want to get that out of the way. But we have seen picks from that 6 to 9 range either jump or fall. All right, even that 5 or 4 pick have also fallen, and they have also jumped in recent years. So we could very well see this pick still end up with the Oklahoma City Thunder, but we could also see it jump to first overall. So the first thing that we're going to look at, all right, the first simulation right here has Utah jumping up 2 spots, all right, to get the number 1 overall pick. Charlotte jumping, staying the same. Toronto jumping up 2 spots. New Orleans staying the same. Washington dropping 5. Philadelphia staying where they're at, and everything else kind of, staying the same. So, pretty normal lottery. No chaos, really, besides Washington dropping all the way down, even though they have the worst record in the league. And that does tend to happen at times. So, we could see something like that happen. Sorry, once again. Another scenario that we could have is this. Chicago jumping up to 1. Sorry, guys. Chicago jumping up to 1. Brooklyn jumping up to 2. Utah staying the same. Sacramento jumping to 9. Washington dropping 4. Charlotte dropping 4. New Orleans dropping 3. Toronto dropping 3. Philadelphia dropping 3. San Antonio dropping 1. Portland dropping 1. Phoenix dropping 1. And going to Houston. Atlanta dropping 1 and going to San Antonio. And Dallas staying at 14. I want this to be known. All right, the last one I did. All right, this was the first simulation I did. This was the second simulation I did. So right now we're at 50-50 odds that could end up in Oklahoma City. Okay? Pretty big to look at that right there. Who will they take with that pick? I really have no clue whatsoever. I really don't. All right? It could be anyone. They may even trade that pick to go get later first rounds as they don't have a roster space open for this summer. They just don't. All right. And so are you going to be willing to trade some of your more well-established players or guys that haven't gotten much time this season on their rookie deals like Topic and AJ Mitchell and Dylan Jones to go get another rookie who might not prove himself with the squad or get the time? That's a big question and risk that I don't know if Presti's going to be willing to take. So I just see this pick ended up getting traded anyways. The final scenario that I got here, the third simulation, was this right here. Charlotte jumping 1, Brooklyn jumping 5, Toronto jumping 2, Philadelphia jumping 2, Washington dropping 4, Utah dropping 3, New Orleans dropping 3, and everything else staying the same, how it's predicted to go. The scenario, Philadelphia jumped. Something I noticed, though, a trend with all these, Washington has jumped, or not jumped, fallen every single time. I don't know if that's going to happen. It is a cursed franchise over there, so I could see that happening. I could also see New Orleans dropping because that is also a cursed franchise. I could also see Philadelphia jumping. I could see that. I could also see them dropping. There's I don't want to say it's a 50-50 chance the Thunder are going to get that pick. I don't want to say that. I want to say it's more 60-40, 65-35 in Philadelphia's favor. All right? That's where I don't want to give you guys false hope that, oh my goodness, we're for sure getting this pick. But if Paul George decides to come out and play like a different player, like the Paul George we all know from the past few seasons from his time in Oklahoma City, I don't think he can get to that level. But if he can just be, half as good as he is right now, he could still help out the 76ers, win them some games there, give the fans something to kind of cheer about there, and then realize, oh my goodness, we just gave our pick to the Oklahoma City Thunder. This can make them even more dangerous. Now, there's just a ton of opportunities and possibilities that the Thunder could do. They could also trade whatever picks that they have this year to try to go up and get Cooper Flagg. Right now, the Miami Heat, they have the 15th, they're middle of the pack right now, 15th best and 15th worst record in the NBA. We have their lottery protected pick. I see them making the playoffs. I do. As a 7 seed, maybe even jumping up and finding their way to a 6 seed. That is a gritty team over there, but I do have them making the playoffs. All right, that pick conveying to Oklahoma City. Now the Clippers have been falling off as of recently. They currently are projected to go 19th overall and go to Oklahoma City. If this situation happens, along with Philadelphia dropping just one spot to 7, okay, that gives Oklahoma City 3 first-round picks this season. Okay. You can definitely trade those and go up and go get a good player like Bailey, all right? I wouldn't say Flagg, but Edgecombe. Guys like that you could trade up and go get with those package picks. That Clippers pick could even end up in the lottery as they're going to be in the play-in potentially, all right? And they might not even make the playoffs and win in the play-in. There's no telling what's going to happen. It just comes down to pure luck and how teams play out the final, 20-something games that are left in the NBA regular season. Then we have to wait another month or so for the draft lottery to figure out what, what each team has pick-wise. So that's all we really know. But I wanted to give you guys that little update for this first video back that Oklahoma City has a chance to end up with 3 first-round picks. I do think it's more likely to have 2 this season with Miami, possibly making the playoffs, and I have them doing that, along with Los Angeles, us taking their pick as well. That's what I see happening. That Philly pick, don't want to give you guys false hope, but it could happen, could not. Like I said, 60-40, 65-35 in Philly's favor. If you like the content that we did today, all right, and you could handle me with my sickly voice and sickly appearance a little bit, I appreciate it. Would appreciate it even more if you gave us a subscribe over here at Thunder Digest. That other way, see you guys in the next one.